We all recall that when the war against Iran started, I condemned it categorically that the US has no right to be attacking and killing people in countries that they have disagreements with, and the same thing with Venezuela. And you noted that all of the nations that were the target of the US are countries that have oil. So you can't divorce their current aggression from their quest to dominate the energy market or win it, as the case may be. But what is an irony is that oil prices have gone up by almost 50%. Nigeria is at this point selling a barrel of crude for more than $100 per barrel. So Nigeria should be making money. Should be the Nigerians should be smiling. It should not affect us. We should be the ones. This is actually the time to restore subsidy because we are selling oil way above the price that it was pegged for the budget. So already in just 1 week of this war, Nigeria has surpassed what ought to have been its budgetary provision in the oil sector. But as it is the case always, Nigeria hates its people. I'm talking about the leaders. And whenever they find an opportunity to make life difficult for them, even when there's an alternate opportunity to make life easy, they always just go the other round or the other way, which is to make life difficult for Nigerians. Otherwise, we should be talking about cushioning the effect of the economic hardship brought upon Nigerians by the completely unreasonable and blind public economic policies of the Tinubu regime. Because now we have excess crude. Even under the military, whenever you're selling oil more than the amount that's in the budget, they always set aside the excess and use it to cushion the effect of uh, the hardship in the country. So it shouldn't have been at all. We should be happy at this time. We shouldn't be happy that there's war, but we should be happy that we have more money in our in our treasury to use to service our own people. Because now oil is above $100 per barrel. So what is the excuse for making Nigerians suffer again? Beyond that, when all of you or some of you are jubilating that there's Dangote refinery who's coming to save you, we warned you that Dangote is a businessman and that he just came to make more money off of you. He did it when we sold our cement producing factory to him for cheap. He turned around and started making billions off of cement. So Dangote is not in the business of saving people. He's a businessman, a racketeer in economic sense, and those who benefit from your misery. And they are all part and parcel of the same order. What Nigeria ought to have done, while Dangote was building his refinery and they were supporting, so I have built his own refinery as well. Why Dangote, if an individual can build a refinery that can service the entire country, the country itself should be able to build 4 other refineries that could be better than that of Dangote because we ended up subsidizing Dangote in building his refinery. So why can't we have built our own refinery for the same period that Dangote built his own? It's because Nigeria has been sold, for cheap to the so-called capitalists, and there's no capitalists anywhere. These guys are just buccaneers who profit off of your misery. Most of the companies that they are using to make billions of dollars that put them on the world map as billionaires were companies that Nigeria built, serviced, and sometimes even reserviced before they sell to them. That's what is happening to all the electricity companies that are generating electricity. They were built by Nigeria. And then when it's time to put them on the stream, we're told that, oh, we can't afford to maintain them, and we give them to individuals. We then give them loans, we give them guarantees for them to get credit from banks. And when they can't pay back their debt, we set up AMCON to mop up their mess. That's what Nigeria is. Nigeria is a terrible basket case with its leaders. So that's my comment on.
Looking at the rising surge in Nigeria insecurity now, so don't you think President Tinubu made a mistake by appointing the Minister of Defense, General Christopher Musa? because since he's a structure in the office,
Were you not here when I was talking about? Go and look at your, maybe you weren't here, but they were here at Platinum, where I was talking about Musa being an unserious person. When he said that he should fence Nigeria, was that the most foolish person to become a minister of defense? They should have made him the minister of construction so that he can be constructing fences around Nigeria. Anybody at his level who tells you in 2026 that the solution to terrorism is to fence Nigeria, nobody should take such a person. It should never have been made a minister of defense. He oversaw when he was actively in the army the degeneration of the security system. So you bring him back just because he has biceps and he can smile, or maybe he's representing some religious, sensitivity in the government. Musa is not a serious person. I don't take him serious, and I've always said this. Those are social media generals who just uh, give people money to give them social media mileage. But why was he fired in the first place? So the moment he said, because I don't used to pay attention, but the day he said, and I responded immediately that they need to fence Nigeria. I said this guy is the most unserious person. You know, they should also have given him a contract to build a fence and leave him out of the security architecture of the country. Maybe by now he would have fenced the entire country, and then he will fence the sky too, because then how do we prevent drones from coming in?
Okay,
So,
concerning the Nigerian harvesting case
yes.
in the police and which led to the detention of whistleblowers, what do you have to say about this?
Well, I have followed that case, and we have now finally gotten hold of the police report, interim report on it. And you understand why the police was covering this up, and it's very, very sad that the fellow was assisting police to track down criminals, and they admitted it. And he was doing it as a youth copper, and eventually, when in the course of working with the Akunzo uh, police, this criminal SARS, they've changed the name to RS now, Rapid Response Service, whatever they call them, and discovered that these people were committing atrocities. He took the story as a whistleblower to the internet and provided evidence, and then they turned on him and made him become the victim of the crime he was fighting against. And when they took him to court, the judge granted him bail. Since 2024, they made sure he couldn't meet the bail condition by arresting the bail itself with another ex parte motion, which a judge should never have granted. But that's not the issue. And all interestingly, all the police officers who were indicted in the report that the Nigeria police by itself uh, did promote have all been promoted. And even the guy that was arrested, who they claim is IFOB, has also been released. So the judge is coming, and I hope we'll see after the show.
after this.
After the